One of the great pleasures in visiting a Dutch city is taking a boat ride through the canals, passing those ancient, historic, old brick buildings. Especially in a place like Dordrecht, which is one of the oldest cities in the Netherlands. Several companies offer tours that start right in the center of town, so it's quite easy to find a good ride with a local skipper.
I speak no English.
He's only speaking Dutch, but that's okay because the scenery is spectacular. 1 hour boat ride for €10. Well, I was very lucky stumbling into this boat trip. I was just walking around and went down a little side lane heading to the canal to have a look, and the boat was just ready to leave on its last trip of the day. The route will take us underneath several bridges where you get that tunnel-like feeling, then emerge back onto the canal. Well, it looks like a canal, rather narrow with buildings along both sides. However, Dordrecht does not have actual canals. They call them haven or harbor because this was a harbor town, very important in the old days of trade and commerce, as you'll hear more about during the boat ride. This next bridge is just in front of City Hall, the Stadhuis, with its grand neoclassical facade. You can see the boat was pretty empty because I was there in the shoulder season in late September. During the summer, it gets busier and you can even make reservations or buy your tickets online. While the boat ride is very enjoyable and makes a very easy way to see the city, it's a good supplement to the best way of visiting Dordrecht, which is by walking, as we show you in our other movie about this town featuring an extensive walking tour throughout the historic center. Our boat route began along Voorstraathaven, then into the river, through 2 more of the harbors, then back out to the river, and once again back to where we started at Wijnbridge. In our other video, we walk along the main streets of the historic center, show you some little plazas and side lanes, and then into the main shopping area. Now passing Grote Kerk, the big church. From the boat you get a great view looking at the side of this impressive Gothic structure, the largest church in the city. Notice the smaller structures in front with the red shutters. These are homes attached to the outside of the church. In the Netherlands, it was common to find houses built onto the exterior of the old Gothic churches, sometimes for church officials or communal dwellings for church members, occasionally used for shops. But even today, they are occupied by ordinary citizens. The tower is 79 meters tall, making it one of the highest in the Netherlands. Construction began in the 13th century as a Catholic church, became Protestant in the Reformation in 1572. There are 4 large clocks on top of the tower. As we leave the narrow waterway of the harbor and enter into the broad river, the Oude Mass, there are many cargo and passenger boats on this busy river, including the water bus that will take you to Rotterdam on a 1-hour boat ride, as we show you in our other movie about Dordrecht. Our boat tour stays in the wide river for a short while and then goes back into another one of the harbors, which now functions as a marina for mostly pleasure boats, but had been a very important commercial harbor in the old days. Passing beneath the long iron bridge, with the middle part that goes up and 25-meter sections on each side. We're going through the marina now. We've been going through an older canal with the old buildings lining it, out into the main river. The leisurely ride through this small boat harbor offers a serene, picturesque experience. As you glide through the calm waters, you're surrounded by a vibrant tapestry, colors, reflections in the calm water, a backdrop of historic buildings and people in the street, sleek lines of yachts, hulls of sailboats, creating a visually stunning scene. The quiet hum of life at the marina invites you to slow down and take in the surroundings, savoring a moment of peace and tranquility. As we go under the bridge, we enter the other section of this inner harbor called Wolwevershaven. We pass Straatman. It's a striking national monument, a dock used to lift ships partly out of the water so that they could be repaired. Built in 1928, it's still in operation today, making it a living monument. This part of the harbor still has quite a few cargo ships, which is a continuation of the maritime trade that has been happening here for 800 years. As mentioned earlier, several major rivers entered the Netherlands through Dordrecht. Therefore, trade goods from throughout Europe had to come through Dordrecht to get into the Netherlands. This enabled Dordrecht to collect taxes on all of these goods coming through the city. Imagine if Amazon had to send all of its packages through your house before reaching their destination, allowing you to take a profit from each item. This is what Dordrecht was doing, collecting a fee to let the goods go through. Now we've left the harbor and come out to the point where three large rivers converge: the Oude Mass, the Merwede and the Noord. This impressive structure is called the Groothoofdspoort and had been the main city gate entrance into Dordrecht, located at the riverfront arrival dock for visiting ships. This part of the river is still a busy dock for cruise ships, tugboats, and barges. Our tour boat is now leaving the river and heading back into the harbor that we started the journey at, as you can see on the map. It's called Wine Harbor, named for one of the many products that came through here. Other goods included grains, metals, fabrics, and timber, which were taken off the cargo boats in the old days onto the dock, counted up, and then taxed. It was a system called the staple, where Dordrecht was considered the staple of the country. In typical Dutch fashion, some people live on the boats in the marina. There are 70 permanent berths, some with large, comfortable sailboats, others with houseboats. In the old days, the timber industry was very important here. Large trees from the Black Forest or Swiss Alps came down the Rhine in loosely bound rafts, which were broken up at Dordrecht and sawn into lumber by many windmills that fringed the town. The planks were then used to build ships and houses, further adding to the great wealth of Dordrecht. For some time, it was the most prosperous town in Holland, until a series of tragedies, fires, and storms struck the city, and political competition with Rotterdam, which began to resent Dordrecht's wealth. And in 1618, Rotterdam took over the trade, enabled by a greatly expanded system of canals. And that completes our boat tour of Dordrecht. Even though the guide did not speak any English, I hope I have filled in for you some interesting elements about the beauty and history of this great city. Be sure to look at our other movie about Dordrecht, which takes you on a walking tour of those beautiful, narrow, historic lanes and into the shopping area. We frequently upload new movies, so please subscribe to our channel and click that little alarm bell so you'll be notified. And if you enjoyed the movie, how about a thumbs up? And we always welcome comments down below. Or if you have questions about the destination, make note and we'll answer them. Thanks for watching.